I got it. There we go. All righty, everyone. Good evening and welcome to the call. Of course, this is Tonette Blum and Director of Sales for the West Region. So excited about today because last month we did not have this call, the Leaders Call, because we had the road shows. We had so many great things happening. But I'm going to tell you, for this to be the month of July, there's so many great things happening. So I want to applaud you for taking time out of your very busy schedule to be on this call. You know, in order to be on this call, you have to qualify as IMM and above. So what does that tell me about you? That we have successful leaders right here on the call. So thank you again for being on the call today. Now, let me just go through a quick run through of all of the many things that we have to talk about today. We're going to do a quick highlight of the first half of the year as well as the second half. So think about it. I mean, we're already in the month of July. It's already in our 7th month of 2024. And remember, our goal is reach new heights, right? So we're going to talk about the highlights as well. We're going to talk about the field promotions, sponsor competition, the Fit Line Club, and all of the many perks about being a part of that club, as well as positioning July, because let me just say, August is going to be a pretty action-oriented, you hear me do that, action-oriented month, okay? I'm not going to tell you why, but action-oriented, right? That's my word today, okay? The upcoming events, as well as special promotions. So to kind of get us started on that journey, I'm going to introduce someone which many of you already know who he is. He is really someone who's been in the industry for 30 plus years, serves on several boards. He has written many articles, books. He's, gosh, what can I say? He is a motivator. He is an industry insider. And the great part is that he helps lead the Americas and has done a phenomenal job at really positioning us to really have our best year ever. So please welcome the Chief Sales Officer of Americas, Mr. Gordon Hester.
Tony, thank you so much for the introduction, and it's thanks for taking your time to join us. I'm sorry if I look tired of my pictures. I literally just got home from work that started at 5:30 this morning, so a long day, a lot going on, but excited to be here and share a little bit about what's going on. And I would say in the nicest way, it is busy and getting busier. So do I have control of the deck? No. Next slide, please. There we go. So as we promised, we would talk about first half of the year. So I want to kind of bring you up to date on some of the highlights for the first half of 2024, but really talk about how we continue to increase all the things that we're doing in the second half of 2024. So just a kind of high-level highlights. As you can see, the increase in active team partners in the U.S. continues on an uptrend. It has been on an uptrend since February of 2022. So with all the activity going on, we just have a bigger and bigger team partner base globally or in the US, which is awesome. Also expanding to our other parts of the Americas. Our auto ships continue to grow, still growing at about 34% a year. Actually, this year in North America, probably by September, we will break 10,000 auto ships. So that was our goal for the year. So a lot going on there. And as you can see, that trend's been going on since May 2021. So we continue to see consistent momentum. The first half of 2024, gosh, did we get a lot of visibility, you know, beyond the moving up from 8 to 6, beyond the 4th Bravo Award. We've got more innovation awards. Mr. Sorg has been recognized for many things. So part of the strategy globally is to continue to increase the visibility of both Fitline and PM. Massive department involved with that. So I think that's good for us. The more the brand's visible, the easier it is for us to attract people to it. One thing I will tell you when it comes to branding, mark down July the 16th. There is a big announcement coming. I would like to tell you what it is, but I don't want to get shot tomorrow, so I'm going to probably pass on that. But I will tell you, we've been working on something for over 2 years that finally has come to fruition. Big deal for the company. And I think it's going to really enhance our visibility in the sports area. So I'll give you a little bit of a hint. But the public announcement will come out July 16th. So keep a look for that. Of course, you'll see it all over social media. We have really this year, one of our strategies was to focus more on increasing participation in the global co-brands and initiative, whether it was Leaders of Excellence or the sponsorship competitions. And we've had a lot of success in getting more participation, just Leaders of Excellence this year, which is really a core program for leadership. So many of the innovations that PM is picking up come from the Leaders of Excellence group. So far, we have the largest group that we've ever had in that program, which is really good. And every aspect, every global program, we're seeing more and more attendance, more and more participation. So I think being involved with the global programs really makes a difference. It gives us options to recruit, to build, to learn, all these different things. So this year we also had our first kickoff that was in all the Americas. So we had a kickoff in Latin America, one in Canada, obviously one in the US, so kind of spreading out. I think it was interesting that the Latin America, in particular, the Mexico event, had the largest crowd of any of them. So really excited for them, and they're experiencing not growth, but I would say hyper growth. Since Judith has been there, you're talking about the sales have increased by over 3 times, not even in a year. I think recruiting was up over 2,000%. So a lot of good things going on down there. This year will be very similar. We'll be doing kickoffs in September for Canada and for Latin America. And obviously the big one is the kickoff or the National Congress, not kickoffs, the National Congress for the US, and that will be in Tampa on October the 26th. This year, we really leaned into something that Mr. Sorg told us, which is he's a big believer in live events. So we decided to really ramp up the road shows. I think we had 22 of them this year. So a lot of good things going on there. Most road shows we've had in history. When we talk about the global initiatives, the 2 big ones that we really try to focus people on is the World Tour and the World Management Congress. The World Tour, we had the highest attendance we had ever had this year for the World Tour. And I think the attendance next year for Phuket in Thailand is even going to be bigger. World Management Congress, so taking away the 30th, 25th, the big anniversary months, we had our biggest World Management Congress. We also had a crowd. So if we take the 30th out, our people that came was over 4 times what we had in 2022. So great World Management Congress. We got to not just enjoy it, but do a special day together. And my gosh, the memories, the fun. I thought the tour and all things around that with the bike tour, or not bike, what were they called? Rickshaw tours was a lot of fun. The dinner was great experience. And at the end of the day, I think that the World Management Congress is important because it really shows a vision and what's possible. Mr. Sorg had told me that probably 80% of all the people that caught the vision catch it at the World Management Congress. So great event to be a part of. And of course, we're looking to continue to get more and more people. Obviously, it was special this year because we got to do a presentation. I did for the Americas from stage, and needless to say, we've gotten a lot of interest due to that presentation. One thing we started this year, obviously, we have a lot of different languages in the Americas, so we started doing more language-specific events and trainings, started creating marketing collateral in various languages. We continue to hire more people that cover different languages. So we know ultimately we're in a diverse culture, and it's super important for us to adjust to that and to make sure that we're doing things the way that best serves our field. We put a lot of focus on increasing our social media, and props to Ava and Diana, our marketing team. Just this year, our social media following, our exposure has increased by 14%. Amazing things going on there. And, social media plays a big part in the visibility game. So doing more and more there. Of course, we're expanding our operations. Many of you probably heard there's some pretty big investments being done in the Americas right now. The biggest being that we were settling on a piece of land that is in Sarasota, about 10 minutes from where we're at now. I think it's 14 acres, getting ready to build up to 188,000 square feet, where we will have everything under one roof, sort of trying to be a smaller version of Spire, with logistics, with marketing there, with the whole team there. That investment all in is about $45 million. Of course, in true PM fashion, no debt, all from cash. We don't do debt. And that's only some of the investments. There's been a lot of investments on the operations side with new equipment, just so many things going on. And what it really tells me is Mr. Sorg has an amazing interest in seeing the Americas be a billion-dollar market, and he is investing a lot of time and money into that so that we can continue to build and grow. We have begun expanding our YouTube page again. In particular, we started adding videos back in. And part of the reason, so last year we had this going and it got slowed down for reasons that were beyond our control, but now we're getting ready to build it out, actually getting ready to build an onboarding system, and this will be part of the onboarding system. We've seen a major growth in our Hispanic community for the first time, not just in the US, but also down in Latin America, and a lot of cross-sponsoring between markets. And then, of course, my gosh, the Fitline Club got started this year. And the idea behind the Fitline Club was to build a club around our auto ships, but to really add so many other things to that to make it a special part of PM. And this was, as many of you probably know, this is the year of the 30th anniversary of Fitline. So this was sort of something that was put in place for that. And of course, the goal was, can we get to 1 billion products sold? And we're not there yet. I don't know that we'll get there this year, but I think safely by the first quarter of next year, we will cross over the 1 billion products sold, which honestly, I can't even tell you a company that has that story. So I think it speaks volumes for the foundation of PM. Has a lot to do with the quality of our products, the people that love our products and stay on them, support of our auto ships, and so many other things that we see. So this is just the first 6 months. So a lot going on. But if we're going to kind of look forward, next slide, please. So what are we ultimately looking to do? First, what we're finding is I feel like we're well below our potential when it comes to sponsorship and recruiting. And especially at a time when we're the top story in the industry, everybody's talking about us, we're getting all these awards. The industry as a whole is on a decline and struggling. So we know we need to put more focus on recruiting. And you're going to see some new incentives that we might be putting in place. You're going to see more marketing collateral. I think a perfect example is the videos we just did around the World Management Congress and turning them into different languages. Of course, we're going to continue to do more events. And the big one that's coming up this weekend is the Product Academy. First time we've done it in July. And the next one will be in November. They're always huge events for us. And I know the team will be talking a little bit more about that. We realize in the States, the product focus, the product door is what really drives everything. It's different culture than other parts of the world. So, and we have a lot of product lovers. And one of the things that we hear is this constant interest in learning more about the product. So we're doing a lot about that. You'll hear about a program we're going to start where we're doing product trainings every week. That'll be covered later in this. And then, of course, we're building individual flyers, videos around our products. So we're doing a lot to increase the product education. But the other thing is we're bringing in more products. The original goal was 4 products a year. Let's just say we're going to be over that this year. We have two products that we will likely be introducing at our National Congress in the Americas. One of them is a completely new product, and one of them is a product that I want to say we've been fighting to get for years, and now it is coming. So it's going to be exciting. You know, more products build more excitement. And then in December, we're bringing in a seasonal product for the month of December. If it grows, we might keep it longer. I understand this is one of the most popular products globally. It's another product that since I've been here, everybody's trying to get in here. So a lot going on the new product side. What we are seeing, and I think this has to go back to the visibility in the industry, is we're seeing a lot of leaders in the industry looking into PM. Just yesterday, for instance, so I deal with this literally every day. Yesterday, I was almost on 2.5 hours of calls with new leaders looking to come over and join PM to be part of our story and our future. And then, of course, we are seeing a big increase in our foreign leaders, our team partners around the world that are interested in building in the Americas. Honestly, I think the presentation at the World Management Congress and the video really opened people's eyes to the potential that it is here. We have a number of champions leagues coming over. I know a number of president's team did a call yesterday with a big leader, and the person that was on the call was one of the new younger leaders, Tabea. I don't know if you remember her from the World Management Congress. She's starting to build over here. So we realize as the visibility grows, as the story grows, we're going to attract more and more people. Of course, with growth becomes expansion of staff, and we continue to do that. We're making some additions to our marketing department, which is really exciting. We're always working and increasing the logistics and the support aspects of things. We're also expanding facilities, which kind of brings me to the last part. We have started the process of potentially having our first DSC in the Americas. I won't tell you where it is, but I'll give you a hint. It's close to Hollywood. I'll leave it at that. And we also, the goal with the DSCs is to open them where we have a lot of team partners. So California offers a lot of opportunities for that. And we've actually had 2 groups that are very interested. We've also had some initial conversations in the New York, New Jersey area where we have a lot of people. The DSCs are basically a logistics center for people to pick up products, but also a place where we do meetings, and they are hugely popular in Germany. They represent about 50% of all the sales. So this is an expansion strategy. I think I've mentioned before that it is forecasted that we can do approximately 300 of these in the US. So 1 to 300 seems like we got a lot of upside here. And we're excited to make that work. We put in our first one this year in Vancouver, the first one in the Americas. And it has been a huge success, amazing grand opening. And just in the first couple months, between 20 to 25% of all the shipping now is being picked up at that DSC. That just goes to show you the popularity. And of course, people like to get their products earlier. It takes away the shipping costs. So as you can see, been a busy year, and it's about to get a lot busier. So, you know, what I want to make sure I do is to thank all of you. All our success is because everything you're doing. And our job will continue to be to do our best to help support the growth of the company, to support all of you. We know this is a journey. We want to make it fun and profitable, and most important, make a big impact. We're all here with Ross' vision. We all want to be a part of that. And of course, helping him execute his vision helps our vision and our dreams turn into reality too. I can tell you the team here is so good. Best team I've ever worked with, and we are absolutely committed. We always joke around that, like, when do we go to a 40-hour work week? It's kind of crazy how much time we put in, but we love what we do. And when you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work anymore. So on that note, I will turn the call back over to Tony. It's you. Yes.
Yeah, okay. That's me. You know what I was going to say, Gordon? A couple of things about what you shared. First of all, you shared so much. I mean, it's amazing how much is going on here in the Americas, but it almost sounded like you were going to tell them about the new products that were coming up. It really was fear, like you were right there and you said, oh, wait a minute, I better wait. So it's one of those things where, you know, I know some of you are going to try texting me and calling me, but I'm not going to tell what it is. But I know, I agree with you, Gordon. This is something people have been talking about for a while. So I think it's going to be huge. And then the other thing I wanted to say, you talked about the video that you shared at the World Management Congress, because now it's going to be in multiple languages. And right now we already have on the Facebook page the one in English, but what languages do we have already?
So we have now put, we have converted a version in Mandarin, one in Korean, and one in Spanish, and they all live on our YouTube page, which is PM International Americas. So this is part of, when we do a tool that works, our goal is to put it in all the languages versus just in English, even though English is the main language for PM globally. We understand that if you speak Korean, having a tool in Korean is probably more helpful. So we've started doing that. So yeah, it was a great success. It's opened, you know, what I would say is the point of a tool is to open up conversations. So this tool seems to be opening up conversations that are driving recruiting and interest. So if you haven't looked at it, even if you're looking for a different version other than the English version, please know it's on our YouTube page, PM International Americas. So
Yeah.
thanks for the call out, Tony.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love that video. I agree with Mr. Sorg in that it is the best video. And I think one of the things he said something funny to you.
Yeah.
And I'll move on. You want to tell them what he said, and then we'll move on. But
yeah, so I think the funny part was, you know, I didn't get my presentation approved. So I took the risk of putting up a video about the potential of the Americas. So we did this video. And if you've ever been on stage and talking with Mr. Sorg there, you will notice he immediately starts writing. And you're like, oh my God, what is he writing down? So when we did our debrief, and, you know, there were three of us. So Sven Pala, who is the CSO for Europe, and Marcus Sandstrom, who's the CSO for Asia Pacific. He told them, guys, you better pick up your game or everybody's going to go build in the US. So
yeah,
it was a big hit. And I think they're going to take sort of the template that we built for that and start using it globally and sort of building a similar tool. So the PR department's involved with this. So yeah, it was a great tool. It opened up a lot of eyes. And to me, the fact that it helped our market is great, but the fact that it's helping all of PM potentially is what really takes it to the next level.
You're right about that. Thank you so much, Gordon. That was great in terms of our marketing team and what they're doing. And I think what you said before is that it is going to open the door to people achieving their goal. And so right now, I get the opportunity to talk about recognition for June, middle of the year, we still, for the Americas, had 137 new managers who said yes to our business and yes to that level. You know, we already know managers opens the door to 7 streams of income, but then when they continue that and they actually have an additional manager, we had 13 new sales managers. And then we only had 2 marketing managers, but that's okay, because remember, this is only the beginning. I have a feeling that July, that's why I was okay to do the recognition today, right? July and August and September and the rest of the year is going to continue on. But we did have people who achieved international marketing manager, and they are probably on this call because you have to be international marketing manager to be on this call. So congratulations, Lucia Gunam, Leroy Miller, and Skyla Yoon. All right, congratulations to all of you for your contributions this month, the month of June. And as I said before, I know July is going to be even better. And so for all of you, really get your team promoting, help them to go to the new heights. And so as we talk about really expanding the business, that our next speaker, he understands that he, like myself, like Gordon, has been in the industry for a long time, has really helped to shape a lot of people's lives and growing their business, understanding how the growth of the business is so important. So I'm so excited to have him to really talk about what's in it right now. So please welcome the Director of Sales of the North Region, Mr. Randy Matthews.
All right, thanks so much, Tony, and great job. As you can see, there is a lot going on. Gordon did a great job of covering all the mini highlights for the first half, what's coming for the second half, and we know, as I've heard a lot of people say many times, the best is yet to come. But first, I'd like to congratulate those of you who had new qualifiers in the month of June, because we know that doesn't happen without your support. So congratulations there. And again, we're going to jump into the specifics now, what you can take advantage of right now. And that's our summer sponsor competition. You got 3 weeks left to participate in this. Think of all the prizes, okay? The trips, the cash for the really top performers. It's all there. Somebody has to win. So I would definitely, I would assume all of you already have at least one raffle ticket in the hopper. Keep in mind what you need to do. Every team partner, every customer with a minimum of 100 points gets a raffle ticket, so they have a chance. And all new managers, if you recruit any manager, you get 6 raffle tickets. So you don't want to miss out. Somebody has to win. All right. So you've got 3 weeks to do that. Another thing that I'm sure all of you already have gotten is your instant prize. All right. Again, you want to be wearing that exclusive 30-year anniversary t-shirt and or polo, so you can be the example for your team. All right. And if you haven't, okay, you can scan this QR code and then you're ready to claim your instant prize. Again, 2 new team partners or 2 customers minimum with 100 points will get you that t-shirt, or 2 new managers will get you a polo. And I would encourage you that if you didn't come out of the gate fast with a sponsor competition this year, in the fall, when we start the next one, you need to come out of the gate fast so that you can get that shirt, whatever the prizes is, and then encourage your team to do the same. And then you're posting on social media, taking pictures, encouraging your team to rock it with you. Okay. And then everybody follows suit. So again, you've got 3 weeks left to take advantage of the summer sponsor competition. Don't let it pass. Make sure you have raffle tickets in that hopper, because again, somebody has to win. And with that, next up is the Fitline Club. Tony, what's going on here? I think we've got some new things to talk about.
We really do. But one of the things I wanted to just challenge the leaders on this call. Can you imagine, Randy, if they had all of the leaders in their team and all of you had the shirt and you did a team picture of you and your team with the sponsoring shirt, the sponsoring competition shirt? There is so much power when you and your team are taking pictures and celebrating each other together. I thought that would be such a, as you were talking, Randy, the fact that we have 3 weeks left, I said, man, this is the perfect time for you and your team to go, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Celebrate success together. There's still time.
Yeah. I wonder who's the team. Make sure you send it to Randy and I and Denzel and Gordon when you get your team picture with your shirt. Okay, but moving on to the Fitline Club. This was something that we introduced and Gordon touched on it, but now more than ever, this is the time to make sure you and your team are all in action. Action, right? Get in action, especially this month. I'm not telling you what happens next month in August, but you see how I'm slowing down, Randy. I'm slowing down a little bit. I just want to make sure that they know that this is the time to get in action and make sure everyone does not miss the action Okay, I'll stop. By being a part of the Fit Line Club, I love the fact that you get that extra 10%. We also added Power Cocktail Junior to the auto ship program. And so therefore, when you do that, they can also be a part of that Fit Line special. We also have where you can get advanced products in advance, exclusive content just for you. And then this is something they've already been doing, but we're going to really talk about it when it comes to events. The people who are on the Fit Line Club, they can get their tickets ahead of time. So that right there, which allows you to secure your merchandise. So really being a part of the Fit Line Club is huge. Then the other part that I think is so nice, when you have your demo bag and you have your exclusive Fit Line Club pin, this is really a game changer. And I just want to say, if you have one of your team partners that is not on it, get them on and get them ready, especially prepared for next month and the specials. And whenever we have new products, we test it. But speaking of what's happening, in terms of the upcoming event, I think Gordon mentioned that this weekend is our Product Academy. This is the biggest opportunity for you to get new products, for you to try new products. All of our products are going to be on special. And if you get people who are signed up and who have not signed up yet, make sure that you go through each of your lists of the people in your organization, calling them directly and saying, did you register for the Product Academy? Why? Because the Product Academy is where you can get that detailed training on all of our products. And then we actually then follow it up by putting them on a special. That's why I know, as I mentioned before, that this month, we're going to have lots of recognition. So what's great is when you go into your organization and you see someone who was very close to sales manager, very close to marketing manager, very close to their title, this can be a game changer and shift it so that they can promote. And then they promote, then you promote. So we are all looking forward to all of the new president's team, the new vice president's team, the new leaders, the new champion leagues, all that happens in this month. And then we follow it up, right? Because this is something brand new that we've decided to do. Now, you all are aware that we have our Tuesday and Thursday calls, and typically Tuesday is an opportunity meeting, Thursday is an opportunity meeting and a training. We're going to talk about that in a second. Well, we've decided right after this product training, we're launching a new pilot, we'll say pilot kind of thing, that we're going to test it out and really make a shift. And our Tuesday will now be Product Spotlight Tuesday. Yes, and this is the first one. So what we're going to do is every Tuesday, this is the same time we normally have at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So mark your calendar. July 16th is the first time we're doing, in each week, what's going to happen is Dr. Mo Pirani, our Director of Science, is going to go through details about a specific product. This event, here's the key. This event is open to customers, the clients, those people who want to really learn. So remember how we always say, don't try to be a science. Don't try to tell everybody the science behind it, is, unless you're a doctor, right? We're not doctor. If you're a doctor, okay, fine. If you're a nurse, you understand that. But if you're not, get them on that call. Let them hear from the doctor about this. Because remember, for our product academies, you can't invite your customers to it. It's only for team partners, those who register. So this is our opportunity to flip the script and have you to do that. And so every week, except the week of our product business academy, we will have a new feature product. So this coming Tuesday, the 16th, it would be our Generation 50 Plus. So don't miss out on that. I love that we're doing this. This is huge. And then we already talked about how Thursday is our training. This Wednesday is the five steps of building a stable and lasting business. Is going to be done by none other than our Director of Sales for the South region, Denzel Bach. He's going to do that in Spanish the following week, we have actually Nike Executive Vice President, I'm just throwing this out, Executive Vice President Nike Han, who's gonna do the training in Korean. So every week we'll have something different in regards to it. These are all tools and supports to help you to grow your business. And then there's something else happening. Randy, you want to tell them about it?
Are we jumping into there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, and I just want to acknowledge and just, there's a lot of wow factor here in my mind with all the event support that you have to take advantage of. I mean, think of the new product highlight training that you're going to be getting now on Tuesday night. And then Thursday night, you've got a business opportunity presentation if you want to introduce someone to PM International, followed up by a great workshop that dives into the fundamentals of our business. And then, of course, once a month, you have either the Product Academy or the Business Academy that just gives you that big picture. Just a ton of event support out there. Just no excuse for not being very knowledgeable and growing your business through everything that you have to take advantage of. And of course, with that success comes incentives and perks. And what we have here is our DC leadership event. This is the first reward incentive that we've had in the Americas. So we're super excited about it. Basically, it's going to be a 3-night event. Most of you I know are already aware of it, but just know that this is the last month that you can meet those requirements, and you want to participate in this if at all possible, because what we're going to do when you arrive September 24th, the key dates are September 25th and 26th. When you arrive on the 24th, we're going to have a very nice welcome reception for you. And on the 25th, okay, in partnership with the DSA, we're going to be touring Capitol Hill and spending time meeting and being able to talk to key legislators, both in Congress and the Senate. And this is, it's so important in 2 ways. Number one, it's a great experience for us to be able to do this and to experience all the history of Capitol Hill, etc. But it's also great for our legislators, our lawmakers, if you will, to put a face to the channel that they support. And that's so important because they protect what we do. And that is invaluable. Okay, so that's going to be a great day. On the 26th, you know, DC is a great place to visit. There's so much to do. We're going to have some excursions that you can take advantage of. And then that night, you know, we'll have some type of a party dinner. Think, you know, resembling like the White Party of the World Tour for those of you that have attended that event. And then, of course, the 27th, everybody will depart and head home. So this is going to be a great event. Again, those requirements, if you're a new VP, naturally, you got to be VP 3 out of 4 months, April, May, June, and July. And you need 3 new managers, and you can do that in 2 out of the 3 months. All right. So if you already have 1 and you need 2 more, you still got 3 weeks to do that. If you're a VP or higher, to meet those requirements as a new VP. Now, for those existing vice presidents, again, we want you to maintain that position during the months of May, June, July, and August. And you also have to have that same 3 new first line managers in 2 out of the 3 months, May, June, and July. Okay. Again, this is going to be just a super fabulous event, the first of its kind, and you want to be a part of something that's the first of its kind, and then you can go back and share with your team so they'll want to come to our next big reward event in 2025. So again, we're really looking forward to it. And also, I wanted to remind everyone that we have an IMM training coming up August 9th and 10th. I do believe invites have already gone out, and what typically happens here is invites go to new IMMs for the last 3 months. All right. But again, if you haven't been to one, you're in this area, feel free to give me a shout and I'll be happy to see what I could do to get you in. It's going to be in Teaneck, New Jersey, at the Hampton Inn and Suites at Glen Point. This was our graduating class from this particular event in 2023. Don't they look like just a great group? Again, you want your IMMs, and if you haven't been, you yourself, to be in this photo moving forward so we can showcase you. And again, to attend this event, we know you already have some skills. Okay, this training will make your skills better. And we know that to attend this event, you've got to have a strong belief in our business and our product brand. Okay, this training will make your belief even stronger. Not to mention the networking component of this. This will be your class and people that you will know for the rest of your life. in this business. All right. And for whatever reason, if you can't make this particular IMM training, our next one is coming up in conjunction with our National Congress in Tampa, Florida. Basically, it will be the 24th and the 25th. So if you can't make the one in Teaneck, you have a second opportunity to attend one in Tampa on October 24th and 25th. All right. So basically, we've got 2 of these great trainings within the next 3.5 months or so. So again, it just gets to, again, to highlight and showcase the support that we're putting in place for you, the leadership, and all of your people that are moving up that comp plan. All right. And then, Gordon mentioned it. We have the National Congress itself on October the 26th in Tampa. And this is one of those life-changing events. And I'll mention what Gordon's mentioned when Rolf's quote about 80% of leaders, they see it at a World Management Congress. Well, you also see it here at a National Congress, because again, this will be the biggest event that we have in the Americas in 2024. And again, it's life-changing because you capture the vision of what's possible. You see the recognition and how this business is changing lives and helping people and helping them grow in ways that they never thought possible. And you network, of course, with people from all across the country. So it's just a fabulous, fabulous event. And you want to get yourself, check those airfares now and get booked for this event. Tony, would you not agree?
I do. I love that we're doing this. This is actually our first time going to Tampa that I can remember. I love the National Congress. It's so well worth the investment. One of the things I think what I'm looking forward to is because I've noticed that this year, undoubtedly, there's new recognition. So what I say is make sure you elevate to the next level so you go on stage at that event. That's going to be so huge to be able to be recognized with the people in our area for the National Congress. And I think there may be some new introductions. I don't know. Let's see. Gordon, are you online? Let me see. We're going to put him
on. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What were you saying? New introduction.
Gordon, don't you have a little bit of secrets or something you want to share? I know Tatiana's online. She has her pen right now. She's writing. She's taking notes. But what is it? What do you think about the National Congress? What should they be looking forward to?
Yeah, I think beyond the products, and I'll give you a hint.
Go ahead.
One of the new products is going to taste really good.
Oh,
so actually, both of them will. So for National Congress, for me, is just a must. It's our largest event. I think not only the learning, understanding all that's going on, it's really the setup for what we're going to be doing in 2025. But to me, the power of these events has always been, 1, recognition, 2, the networking, to spend time with other leaders, to see what's going on and what's working, always a big part. And for me, it's where I get sort of re-energized about the vision of the company and what's going on. Every time I leave these conferences, I'm more jacked up and excited than I was going into them. So this is going to be a big one. Tampa, it's a great time of the year to be in Tampa. I know in other places it might be cold in October, probably still in the 80s in Tampa. We will also be taking people down to Sarasota to do tours of our facility, and also excited to show everyone the new piece of land and everything that we're going to be doing there. So a lot going on there. And as I said, these new products, I think everybody's going to be so happy about that part, but lots of reasons to be there.
Yeah, so don't text the directors, what is the product? We're not going to tell you because we want you to be there. But one of the things that we did this year, we actually moved it earlier by having it in October. That still gives us a good portion of the year left. And then the other thing is flying into Tampa is so much easier. They have a lot of great flights already there. So I think what Randy said is true. You got to make sure that don't wait till October to start booking your flights and your hotel or your Airbnb. Start looking for it now. If you're going to participate in the IMM training, that's going to be a couple of days. So you want to make sure you account for that as well. Again, reach out to us if you have questions, but the main thing you want to do is get your tickets, get your seats. Let's sell out of this national Congress that's coming up. And so the one thing I want to do before we end this meeting is just to let you know, sorry, I'm going to go back a little bit, is that we want to make sure that we're communicating with you effectively. I think that I can remember the very first part of this year, Gordon came on and he was talking about how we can better support you. So we're going to up the communication. We're changing our marketing. And so we've been doing all of that, but we want to take it to another level. So if you could just take out your phone, go ahead. I'm going to give you a second to pull it out. Go ahead, scan that QR code. If you're on the phone for this Zoom, we'll try to make sure that you get it so that way you can do this survey. It's really, really quick. It's not a lot of questions, but it's going to help us to know how we can better support you. That's what this is about. So if you haven't scanned it, make sure you scan it. Make sure you are seeing that and you're sending that. Take a minute. It's just so that we can get better at helping you. The other thing, you saw it already in terms of the specials. So, look at this. Generation 50 Plus is going to be on special July. This is a flash sale for the Americas, July 15th and 16th. The 16th, what is that? That is that new product training that we're talking about, spotlight training. So that's why it's great that we're doing this. You can get your people on for that. We also are going to have a 2+1 offer of the Ultimate Young this month. That's happening as well. And then the other thing we have, this is the end of the month promotions. Oh my gosh, we have three of my favorite products. I love the antioxidant. I was just drinking it right before the call. And then, so we now have the green apple. If you decide you want to wait and say, I'm going to wait till later to do it, don't do that. We're going to run out. I think we're going to end up getting all of them at our houses. So make sure you do that. We have the 5+1 of the IB5, which is perfect now as we look at the flu season coming around. So that's important. So these are all of the specials that we have going on. Don't forget to get that. And then, of course, in terms of our media, social media, we have all kinds of things happening. Make sure that when you go onto our Facebook or Instagram, make sure that you share with others, share to your story. Let's continue. Our marketing team has done a phenomenal job at creating tools and supports to help you to grow your business, to help all of us to market our business so that people get excited about the L. This is a perfect time to do that. Make sure you're staying connected in terms of the WhatsApp group as well. I did notice there were some questions and answers on there. Randy, I don't know if you got a chance to look at that in the chat and see those. Gordon, I don't know if you saw that, but why don't we do this? We're going to take a moment and do that and make sure that we're answering your questions. I guess I have to do that. You said, let's see here. Tatiana, is what is the hotel going to be at? I think it was on there, and I'll.
It was.
Yeah, it was on there.
I think it's the Hotel Alba, but if you go back to the slide, you'll see it.
Yeah, the pictures of it. That's the hotel.
That's the actual hotel. It is. It's the Hotel Alba, Hotel A, and it's ABA. So that's where it is. And let's see here.
ALBA.
Oh, sorry. I tried to do this without my glasses, Gordon. That's the problem. Okay, and then there was another question. Okay, let me just not do that. It says, when does the end of the month start? It's always the 25th of the month. That's when the end of the month starts. So would like to be answered directly directly to sales director. So in terms of the sales director, you have all of our names. If you're not sure who your director is, certainly you can be able to reach out to the office. So just to kind of close this up, I don't know if there's any other questions that you all have. Thank you for doing that in the chat. Does anyone have any other questions that you want? Unmute yourself, or here's what we'll do. Turn it over to Gordon to kind of close this out. Gordon?
Yeah, so great call. I think as everybody can probably tell, a lot going on and a lot more coming. But one of the things I kind of want to mention at the end is there's a lot of things that are changing here. And so ultimately, as a company that has 30 straight years of growth and on pace for a 31st straight year of growth, part of the goal is to continue to be relevant and competitive in the marketplace. And we are certainly the leader in the marketplace today. So I just want to give you kind of a picture of some of the things that are being done and what the road, the little longer term road looks like, of things that are going to help amplify the business and the impact we're having. First of all, I mentioned there was an investment in the Americas, but the investment in the global business is much bigger. So Mr. Sorg announced at the World of Management Congress that the investments that he has agreed to this year are in excess of $80 million. Part of that investment is split over 3 years, in particular, our technology. So technology is important. It touches everything we do. We have hired the right person to do the job. We have a 3-year plan to upgrade our technology, all aspects of it, not only in solutions, but more important, what we call the tech stack, the thing that drives all the technology. And what I can tell you is every company's in a little bit of a catch-up mode. We're in a little bit of a catch-up mode with a fast start to get back to being the leader in the marketplace. So you're going to see all kinds of changes. There's a new system going that will run everything. You're going to see new applications being put in place. And let me just give you an example of 2 that are coming this year. One is, some of you have probably heard of the virtual warehouse. So one of the innovations that Mr. Sorg decided was to be able to create a virtual warehouse. And the concept behind the virtual warehouse is when you buy a 5+1, you have 7 days before you pay for that. And during those 7 days, you can tell the company who those 5 customers are that would get that product, and they handle the communication, the shipping, they take the payment. And ultimately what that means to you is they're taking the burden off, but also at the end of 7 days, if you put all 5 of them out, then you don't have to pay. It's already been paid by your customers. If you have 3 out of the 5, then you only have to pay the difference. And it's really a really interesting application. And it's right now being tested in a couple markets in Europe. We are the first market outside of that is coming sometime in the next couple months. So exciting to see how that's going to all play out. I think it'll give us an advantage to of other companies in the marketplace. The other thing, and this kind of hit me when we were talking about the new product events on Tuesday. Starting this month, we will be introducing a influencer code. So if you think about, if we have a customer now, what are our options? So option number 1 is they can buy retail. Option number 2 is that they can be on the auto ship, which, by the way, we seem to be on pace for increasing our auto ships this year, about 60% globally. Big growth in that with the Fitline Club. And then, of course, the other option is to become a team partner. And obviously the discounts change. With retail, there isn't any. With auto ship, it's 10%. With team partner, it's a minimum of 20. It can go up depending on your level. But here's the thing. What we don't have is really a customer acquisition tool that doesn't require an auto ship commitment, that is simple, that I can share with everybody. So what they put in place was a discount code. So starting this month, you will be able to give any potential prospect a 5% discount. No commitment to an auto ship, no requirement to be a team partner. And this is being put in place to drive acquisition, but it also creates a really interesting business funnel, because I believe consumer behavior 101 is people buy when you give them a reason to buy, including discounts. So for the first time, we'll be able to offer a non-team partner a discount that is not the auto ship. So you take away all the concerns about, I don't want to get my credit card, I want to make a commitment. And this is the influencer code. And the beauty is, What do you do when you get somebody on influencer code? The next conversation is, how would you like to double your discount from 5 to 10%? Now we're moving into the auto ship. And then once we have the auto ship, it's how would you like to double your auto ship? So it creates a conversion funnel. And these kind of acquisition tools tend to be really big drivers. There are only 2 markets that are going to have this initially. One, I believe, is Italy. The other is the US. This is supposed to be launched this month. So keep your eyes out because we're going to make sure we do a training on how this will work and how to utilize this. So these are just a couple of things coming. I think the other big thing I would stress is action-packed months are game changer months for us. We have one in April, we have one in August, and we have one in December. The key to make the action pack work isn't August, it's the month before. It is July. So what I encourage all of you to do, if you want to take advantage of the action pack month, 2 things you have to do. One is you get to be a qualified manager, and the second is you need to be on the Fit Line Club. So if you're really looking to build, to really gain a lot of momentum next month, then now you have a reason. Get everybody there, get positioned, and really you're setting yourself up for the last part of the year, going into the national congresses, going into the Christmas gala, like all the other things that are happening. So August tends to be our second biggest month of the year. The first is always December. And I don't think that will be any different here, but our goal is to break 4 million points in August. That will be a new record, and I am confident we are going to be able to do that. So I hope everybody realizes a lot going on, a lot of things happening. I believe next year we are probably going to have our first homegrown Champions League. I'm excited to have that story. I got to tell you, I'm tired of going to the World Management Congress and seeing all these Champions Leagues, and everybody's like, how many do you have? None yet, but I remember telling them when the first time I went to the World Management Congress, I think we have maybe 8 people there, and I said, there's 8 now, but watch out. It's going to be a lot more, and here we are, and I know once that ceiling gets broken, we will have more and more, and if you look at the Americas market, especially the US, largest direct selling market in the world, largest economy in the world, pretty amazing place to be building. And who has a better story than PM? Who has a better leader than Ross Sorg? If there's one, I don't know who they are, and I've worked with most of them. So I encourage you, understand what's going on, understand timing is in your favor, and just roll up your sleeves and go to work and take advantage of this. And what I can promise you is if you do that with the consistent disciplines, whatever your dreams are, whatever your goals are, I know you can exceed them. And just know we're here to support you. We thank you for everything you're doing. We are already kicking butt. Can I say that on this call? I think so. We are already kicking butt this month. Big numbers, great growth. Let's keep the momentum going. The Product Academy generally increases our sales 2 to 8% the month we have them because everything's on special. You don't want to miss that, because if we're talking about Action Pack Month, what's a better tool to get to manager than the Product Academy? So there's a lot of advantage in taking advantage of the different things that are in place this month, the sponsor competition, all these things. So again, we thank you. And if you need anything, reach out to us. And on that note, have a great week, have a great month, and we are here if you need us. Thanks, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Take care. Thanks, guys. Bye.